light out there. All right, let's talk about what's going on out there because things look really nice for our Monday morning commute. No accidents to speak of, so that's a good way to kick things off. But starting to see things get just a little bit congested, especially over here kind of on the west side, a little bit north of Highway 90 this morning. So give yourself just a couple of extra minutes seeing speeds there on 1604, dip down into the 40s near Petrenko and West Military Drive. And then in between 151 and Bandera Road, also seeing speeds dip down into the upper 30s and low 40s. So plan for just a couple of extra minutes there as well. Current travel time from Shanefield Road over towards that 10 and 1604 interchange has jumped up a little bit to about 9 minutes. So plan for just those couple of extra minutes. Taking a quick check outside on some of our TransGuide cameras this morning. 10 at Calabria, right in the downtown area. Nice still, not too much congestion on both upper or lower levels. And then over at that 10 and 1604 interchange, things looking really good for your Monday morning drive. Friends and Stacia. And good Monday morning to you. Things are looking really nice out there on the roadways. Fortunately for us, we're not dealing with any car accidents, so things are accident-free throughout the city. But starting to see just a couple of small slowdowns, especially here in the Helotes area. If you're coming down State Highway 16 towards 1604, starting to see just a little bit of orange developing on our KENS 5 instant traffic map. So that means speeds are going to be dipping down into the 30s this morning. They're getting just a little bit slower, so plan for a couple of extra minutes on your morning commute. And then over on Bandera Road in between 410 and 1604, speeds there in the 40s as well this morning. Taking a quick check outside on some of our TransGuide cameras, starting to see a little bit more activity over here at 410 at Babcock, especially as you're making your way towards that 410 and I-10 interchange. And then over in between I-10 and 281 over at 410 and Jackson Keller, things getting a little bit busier there as well. That increased volume, you want to plan for a couple of extra minutes as well. Send over to Jared with a look at our day's forecast because I have a feeling it's going to be hot today, Jared.
And your feeling is right, Natalie. If you step, and Natalie, we just got to do whatever we can to beat the heat. Hopefully you don't have your motorcycle today.
You know, that was yesterday. It was quite hot when I was riding yesterday. So if you can, take your advice. Stay indoors today. It is going to be hot. Let's talk about what's going on outside because we're starting to see some pretty heavy congestion building over here on 1604. We'll talk about this little stretch in just a second right here. But over on just a little bit north of 90, seeing speeds continue to dip down a little bit lower and lower right now in the 40s near Petrenko and West Military Drive. And then over here, right here, starting to see just a little bit of orange and red kind of cropping up in between 151 and Bandera Road. So currently speeds here dipping down into the upper 30s and then closer towards New Gilbo in the 20s. So plan for just a couple of extra minutes for your morning commute over on 1604. Current travel time right now, as we've seen before, is starting to jump up just a little bit from Shanefield Road over towards that 10 and 1604 interchange. And also getting word that we may have an accident working over on 35 southbound, real close to the Somerset area, real close to the Poteet-Jordanton Freeway area. So just be a little bit careful out there on the roadways this morning. I'll send it back to you guys over on the desk. Stacia. Roadways are looking good this morning. We're not dealing with any accidents, so that's always a good way to kick off a Monday morning drive. I know it's happy Monday, everybody. Time to get back into the work grind, and things are getting just a little bit congested on 35 up in the New Braunfels area, whether headed northbound or southbound. Speeds there dipping into the upper 30s, so not too bad, but still seeing just a little bit of a slowdown near Walnut and Seguin. On the southbound side as well, dipping into the upper 20s near 1044. So plan for just a little bit of a slowdown right in that area. But as you get a little bit closer towards the city of San Antonio, just outside of Loop 1604, speeds looking right where they should be, right at the posted speed limit of about 65 miles per hour. A quick check outside of one of our TransGuide cameras, 35 at Wiedner. Not yet seeing that heavy congestion that we'll see a little bit closer towards that 7 o'clock hour, but things looking pretty good out there. Fred and Stacia. Bringing in the bad news, Jared, with that 102 and 103. Let's stay indoors today, people. And if you have to go outdoors, don't forget some fluids and some sunscreen. Let's talk about what's going on because it's starting to get busy out there on the roadways. First, we're dealing with that minor accident over the 10 and 1604 interchange. Happened just a couple of minutes ago, but so busy first thing in the morning. So give yourself plenty of time. And then also that new accident that happened a few minutes ago over at the 410 in Babcock, starting to see just a little bit of congestion and slowing over in this area as well. And lastly, new accident happened just a couple of minutes ago over at the 35 and Walters area. That's real close to the AT&T Parkway area. So again, plan for just a couple of extra minutes if you're headed northbound on 35 this morning. Taking a quick check outside on some of our TransGuide cameras. 35 at Weidner, not too busy just yet this morning, especially if you're real close to the 35 and 410 interchange. Things looking good out there. And then also over at 410 and Military Highway, things looking nice in between I-10 and 281 for you this morning. Station.
Natalie, what is going on?
Well, you know, Fred is retiring. So what is a celebration without a good roast? And while we all respect and love you, Fred, there are just a few signature things that we just can't help but overlook. So this roast is for you, Fred. Fred, let me just say it has been a pleasure to work with you over the past 2 years. I have cherished the opportunity to sit next to you on the set every morning. Working with such a consummate professional has made me a better writer and a stronger journalist. I've also enjoyed the times during the breaks that you've entertained us with jokes in both English and Spanish, and of course your wonderful singing voice. But enough of the sappy stuff. Let's get to the roasting. I now give you Fred Lozano. He's the most famous anchorman in the world. He's so good, he can read the teleprompter backwards. Roll that thing! Roll it! When he shows up to interview the Queen, she curtsies. And when producers call, they listen. Who's writing this stuff? He once broke the news before the news knew it was broken, and then he fixed it. And he once anchored an entire newscast by himself from the golf course and still came in 3 under par. Yes, he is the most famous anchorman in the world, and now he is retiring. Always replicated, but never duplicated. Fred, I will miss you. Thank you so much for doing such a great job and for being a great friend.
Wow, thank you, Natalie. Thank you very much, and I too have enjoyed working with you over the past couple of years.
You know, everybody wants to be a part of this very special occasion.
And good Thursday morning to you. Starting off with things nice and quiet out there on the roadways. Not yet seeing things get super busy, but there is a small pocket of congestion we do want to talk about up here in the Stone Oak area. We did have an overnight closure right in this area because of some construction going on at the 281 and 1604 interchange, so it's causing just a little bit of slowing over on 281 northbound near Evans and Encino Commons. Seeing speeds there dip down into the 30s, but they jump right back up to where they should be in about the mid-50s once you get to Marshall Road. Over on the southbound side, traffic's not really being impacted. Still seeing speeds there in about the mid-50s to low 50s, so near Stone Oak Parkway, again, Evans and Encino Commons, things looking relatively normal. Your current travel time from Stone Oak Parkway into the downtown area is about a 15-minute drive, and if we take a look outside on our TransGuide camera, things looking really nice at 281 and St. Mary's. Beautiful drive into the downtown area, or if you're heading 281 northbound, it's going to be a nice drive for you as well. In the meantime, let's go ahead and send things over to Paul to look at our day's forecast, because are we going to break 100 again today?
Yeah, I think so. Oh. It's a pretty good chance we will.
Tejeda has a skinny on a very cool place. It's just a short drive away.
It is a gorgeous sunny day, perfect for a trip to Paradise Canyon, that is. And what better way to get there than in a brand new 2012 Volkswagen Passat. We are here with Daryl Dixon. Tell me about this gorgeous ride that we are going to be cruising in style.
Well, this is a great 2012 Volkswagen Passat, which is the Motor Trend Car of the Year for 2012.
Wow.
This car comes standard with many great features and options. Bluetooth, all your power options, 31 miles to the gallon on the highway. So if you're looking for luxury, don't want to spend a lot of money, you can get this SE package with sunroof, navigation for just over $28.
And the most important feature I can think of right now is probably a strong, powerful air conditioner. At just 30 miles away from downtown San Antonio, Dina Lake, Paradise Canyon is an expansive. We begin this noon with breaking news. The grandmother of the
Tejeda has a skinny on a very cool place. It's just a short drive away.
It is a gorgeous sunny day, perfect for a trip to Paradise Canyon, that is. And what better way to get there than in a brand new 2012 Volkswagen Passat. We are here with Daryl Dixon. Tell me about this gorgeous ride that we are going to be cruising in style.
Well, this is a great 2012 Volkswagen Passat, which is the Motor Trend Car of the Year for 2012.
Wow.
This car comes standard with many great features and options. Bluetooth, all your power options, 31 miles to the gallon on the highway. So if you're looking for luxury, don't want to spend a lot of money, you can get this SE package with sunroof, navigation for just over $28.
And the most important feature I can think of right now is probably a strong, powerful air conditioner. At just 30 miles away from downtown San Antonio and just south of Medina Lake, Paradise Canyon is an expansive, lush green getaway. The spring-fed river flows and bubbles through the grounds, offering tubing, kayaking, swimming, sunbathing, and fishing.
We got some fish!
You can also barbecue and camp out for the day or stay a while on either the grounds or in an air-conditioned cabin. And if a little adventure is what you're into, how about some rock jumping into the cool waters?
That gets really fun to see the different moves and experience the, the timid souls and the daredevils doing their thing.
This is the life. To keep the serenity of the park, there are just a few rules.
No pets for everybody's enjoyment. Nobody's threatened by another large animal, and we don't have to worry about what we're stepping in. It's just a lot of fun with no glass bottles for safety. Nobody's cutting their feet, and no radios. Nobody has to get conflicted with somebody else's music.
But the most important rule: have fun, and lots of it.
We have people that come quite often, and there are regulars. We know them, and it's a family-oriented place.
And bargain price to boot. At $30 a carload, $14 for 2 tubes, plus a $5 rental fee for a life jacket for my photographer. Add in $7 for gas. This chill day at Paradise Canyon only cost us $56. Whew, now this is a nice ride. For more about the VW Passat or our trip to Paradise Canyon, log on to kensfi.com.
Someone remove the steps from my construction.
Not yet been announced. Well, we now know that there is a fire bug on the north side. This is after investigators say a fire at a local apartment complex was intentionally set. Flames broke out at the Amber Square Apartments in the 2800 block of Woodbury around